everybody, Nikki Franklin here. I wanted to come in and talk to you guys about pain and emotions and how the two correlate together. This was very interesting for me to find out, and so I really wanted to go over this with you guys. So before we get started with this, go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and then go ahead and click the little bell notification button. That way you don't miss any videos that I do in the future, and you'll always have all of the videos that you need. So, pain and emotions. Okay, so I personally have a lot of past trauma, okay, and it is stuff that I thought I had dealt with and I thought I had moved on with and everything, but really I had just suppressed it and I had no idea. So I started having pain, let's see, probably when I was like 12, 13 years old. Yep, that's what I would say. And I didn't know how to deal with it. And my pain got worse the older I got. And the more that I was in, not in similar situations, but in situations that kind of gave me the same feelings that I would have when all of my trauma happened. It's like I was in a constant state of fight or flight. And if you guys don't know what that is, when your body is stressed or a trauma happens or something, like if you get in a car accident, you're gonna be in a fight or flight. Like your body goes into this stress thing, and it's how it keeps itself focused and takes care of you. Like, so most people who are so stressed and so used to holding on and being in the fight or flight type, because it's the stress hormone, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, like it's released, that, you know, causes you to be able to be in that position. And a lot of people are in that naturally day to day because of how stressful life can be. So as I got older, my pain would get worse. And if you think about fight or flight, most people, when it comes to fight or flight, they run, hide, they don't want to deal with it, they just like, whoop, bye. And I have always been a person that has been a fighter, so I've always been like more in a rage, angry mode. So if somebody would get under my skin, it would be very easy to get under my skin back then, and I would just lose it. And I'm very angry. Just put that way, very angry. Very defensive as well. So I was able to move on from that, but I didn't realize that a lot of that anger was stemmed to the pain that I had. As I got older, pain got worse. So I always had like lower back pain, and my shoulders always seemed really tight. And then I got in a car accident when I was 19 years old, and it got worse, the pain in my lower back, and it was like my lower back and hips. It was really miserable, y'all. And so finally I was in massage school at the time, and I was able to I ended up, I'm like all over the place. Zen. So, massage school, car accident, more pain, kept getting worse over the years. Ended up having shoulder pain in my right shoulder. Just started happening if I would work out ever. It didn't matter if I had perfect posture, the lightest weight possible that didn't even make me stronger, I would end up hurting myself. And I didn't understand why I was in this pain. And so then last year, my hip started hurting, my right hip, and it was almost like it was sciatic, but it wasn't, and it just felt like something was like pushed into my muscle constantly. And so when I would walk, it would make it more sore and agitated. And then finally, I got to a point where I was barely walking. I was limping really bad. Like, doctors could not tell me what was wrong. And so I had started on my path of natural wellness, and when I got to that point, I was like, oh my, this is crazy. So I had really started focusing on mental aspects, and I had learned, did you know, this is like insane to me, that over 80% of physical pain is caused from an emotional, like stems from an emotion, some type of emotion. So for years of me carrying baggage that I had from childhood, from trauma that happened when I was a child, to now, I was suppressing it, and I wasn't realizing that I was suppressing it, and so over the years, it was causing pain, and it was making it worse because I needed to deal with it, and I wasn't dealing with it. So nothing was helping the pain because I was trying to treat the symptom, and I wasn't getting to the root of the problem. And so now that's what I do, is I get to the root of the problem. So many people sit there and they struggle with daily chronic pain. It's insane how much pain people deal with every day. And I just want to help. So if you have childhood abuse that you have not dealt with, and you deal with chronic pain, and when I say chronic pain, it does not have to be, oh, my back hurts. It could be migraines, headaches type stuff. It could be an ailment of some sort, like IBS. I had IBS. I don't have IBS anymore. It doesn't bother me anymore. It's very interesting. So IBS, it could be some gut health internal thing that has been a problem, and as soon as you deal with the emotional factor that you haven't dealt with and really release it, then you're going to be able to not be in the pain that you are. So how I did this is I have what we call, I use essential oils, and essential oils, if you guys don't know, are plants, and it's the most purest form of the plants and the most medicinal part of the plants put into a bottle. And it's the part of the plant that keeps the plant healthy, and then it keeps us healthy. And so you're gonna take that oil. Certain different plants have different healing properties and can raise our body's frequencies to different things, different like frequencies to keep us healthy and stuff. So certain smells, the only way to heal emotionally is through your olfactory system, and so certain smells are gonna bring up different levels of different emotions and help you process through things. So aroma freedom technique is a technique that some doctor came out with. Where's my book? Dr. Benjamin Perkis. So the aroma freedom technique, and I had heard about this, and I had put he uses oils with this technique to heal and release emotional blocks. And the first time I did this, I just did it because of my business, and I wanted to be more successful, but something was holding me back, and everybody was saying this helped them a lot. Guys, my mind was blown my first session. Not saying that this happens for everybody, okay, because it doesn't, but it can. My first session, I got to one of the steps, and I just started crying. And when I started crying, all these memories from when I was a kid popped up. It was like, what? And when I was done with that session, when I finally finished that session, my hip pain that I had dealt with and I spent so much money trying to fix because it was so bad was gone. Gone. Like it wasn't an annoyance. It wasn't like it was. Now it comes on and off. I'm still healing. I'm still processing through things, but it has been huge, huge, huge. So if you are a person who has struggled with chronic pain, whether it be back pain, hip pain, knee pain, any type of pain throughout your life, or are a person who has constant ailments, whether it be headaches or anything like that, inside gut health, anything like that, look into emotions. Look into what could be holding you back to what you thought. You might have even thought you processed it like I did, and that could be holding you back. And essential oils can help you, and this technique can help you, and you need to let it go. One more thing I wanted to say before I get off of here is, if you look at it, if you were ever injured yourself, as in you broke a bone, and you break that bone, and you're like, years later after you healed it, you did the physical therapy, everything's good, but you still have pain in it, it still affects you. When you broke a bone, it's not exactly goes right back to normal, but at the same time, if it just randomly bothers you and you don't understand why, especially during stressful times, it could be emotional. Like, I'm willing to like bet that it's 99% the fact that it's an emotional thing, because you never healed from the trauma of that bone breaking, because it affected you more than you realized that it affected you. So really start opening your mind and start thinking like, hey, this has been a thing, and I've tried this and I've tried this, and the doctors say this, and I don't understand why this is happening, and nobody can give you a reason. Look at it. That's probably why. I would be willing to bet that is probably why. If you guys have questions, go ahead and let me know. If you guys have ever like experienced this and you've put 2 and 2 together, I'd love to hear about it. So let me know in the comments. I have a blog post written over this, and I have a little recipe in there as well, sharing about what I've done to help with pain, with my pain when it was really bad. And yeah, so if you guys have questions, let me know. And yeah. All right, I hope everybody's having a fabulous day, and I'll talk with you all later. Bye!